Naomi Osaka. You ever heard of her?
Yeah,
she's the one that knocked out Serena. When I heard she was dating, what's that rapper dude? Corday?
Yeah.
She don't have a man that can be like,
this is childish. I want you out. I don't even know why you still here. Step.
You're gonna get the, oh babe, it's all right. You wanna?
You know that whole argument is like, yo, you signed up for this.
No, but I don't believe that. Just because I'm good doesn't mean I should have to do what you want me to do to play in your league. Physically, if I get injured, I get to rest and everybody understands it. But if I get injured mentally, I still have to go to work?
Yeah. I still believe that if you're in sports, you know what you signed up for.
The Kings is here.
I'm Mr. Miller.
Yell at each other.
And this is... In the news, we have Naomi Osaka. You ever heard of her? I guess she's been dropping out a few tournaments, the big ones, the Wimbledon, because she has mental issues. So what people are saying is like, maybe they're like super privileged. Like these younger, they're allowed to express themselves without no recourse. Cool. Because people are like, but Serena went through 10 times worse than you did though. She was still playing tennis when it was super racist.
Yeah.
And she was winning.
Let's be serious.
Like
her first Wimbledon, Naomi's first Wimbledon or whatever championship she won was against Serena. If you remember what was going through, Serena was having the worst time in that match because the ref was trying to say she was cheating because the coach did some sign and he was like, oh, he's coaching from the side, you're cheating.
Yeah, the coach goes, yeah, I did it.
At the end.
He gives me a thumbs up, he's telling me to come on. I don't cheat to win, I'd rather lose.
It's coaching, yes, it's coaching.
And then even when it came to the end and after she lost, they still went up to her to do the interview before they went to Naomi. And she said, listen.
Let's not boo anymore. We're gonna get through this and let's be positive. So congratulations, Naomi. No more booing.
So Serena showed her like,
this is what you're gonna go through.
You're gonna go through a lot of shit.
Yeah.
But understand, when you come to the end, like you still gotta show strength. Yeah, I did hear about this. So what's it called? She was having, which one was it that she won? The last one she won, I believe. And they were like, you have to come out and do the interviews. And she was like, I don't want to. And so everybody started ripping, not everybody, all the reporters and such started riffing on her, being like, you have to do this, like you're a sports star, like it's part of your thing, which is kind of true because you look at the NBA, you look at most sports, you do the sport, you have the pre-game interviews, might not be her, but or might be her coach doing pre-game interview stuff, you have the game, then you have the post interviews, every sport. So for her to be like, no, I don't want to do it. You know that whole argument is like, yo, you signed up for this.
No, but I don't believe that. She's just good. Just because I'm good doesn't mean I should have to do what you want me to do to play in your league. As you can see, when she's not in it, the tennis is down. Outside of the few people that we'll get into, like Piers Morgan, he going at her left and right, bro. She lights the cauldron. Big it up. Amazing moment. Oh, look at that. You can do this, but you can't do that. Dude, like, but this is what she's dealing. He's a journalist.
Yeah. He's a grown man.
This is what she has to deal with.
He's a grown man too. It's something different.
Like,
it's
that's
something
insane to me. Like, literally, she's just like, listen, I need time to myself, and people lose it.
It's just the time that she asks for herself is like, do your 5-minute interview and then take the time. Like, and I understand, like, that's a lot of energy. Like, that's a lot of like going around. So right now, she's probably up like this. Like, I did this. Lost. Oh, she lost. That's even worse too.
That's what she wanted.
So when she wins, she has no problem with it. But when she lost,
she says she does though. So
yeah, she says she does, but
but I think she still do the interview.
Yeah, so that's the whole thing. Like,
she might do what you did. Like, I'm giving you guys 5 minutes. That's it.
Yeah,
because I won, I feel good. But like when I'm down, she's gonna be like, I just don't want to talk.
She want to get down. It's like, let's be serious. She's playing at a high, like the highest level in tennis,
like insane level.
So you gotta understand, like, if you really know competition, and if you lose.
She's Haitian.
You feel
yeah, Haitians are very, overzealous people. They're very extra. You don't believe me? Remember Wyclef?
Hear ye. Whoever could swim past this swimming pool, I'll give my daughter to you. But you know the Chinaman not feel no blood clot.
Not saying nothing, just making an observation. That's all. Around the world, she's loved.
Oh yeah, around the world she's
You know
loved.
what I mean? Like, so it's like a very small community, but as you know, the small communities are very loud.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh, you're
yeah.
the only person that doesn't like them. Why? And
The
they wanna-
vocal
yeah.
majority is the new word.
The funny part was the open or the tour thing that she's part of was okay with it. It's just a journalist.
Well, obviously the journalist's gonna hate it because that's their freaking job. So it's like when someone loses, you're like,
Yeah.
okay, let me get your take,
Yeah,
because you know my well-being and my living are based off of it.
I agree, but I can empathize.
I still believe that if you're in sports, you know what you signed up for. Like basketball players, what they'll do is they'll go and they won't say nothing. They'll sit there and just look at you. You know what I mean? They know they have to be
fine.
there. That's fine. They're okay with being fine, but you can't say, yo, I wasn't there.
She's part of the new generation that we all hate because, like, just suck it up, just be stronger, you know. Like, but is it actually working? Like, we don't know because a lot of people in our age are suffering from a lot of shit now. Like, and it's like we
So
never.
they say.
Oh man,
They
there's
just
a lot,
keep
man.
making up a whole lot more new shit and they're saying you're suffering from it.
Oh, man.
man.
We are part of the generation that got beaten. We got like whooped. So a lot of people are like, they feel like traumatized from it. That's what I'm telling you. Like a lot of them suffer.
It's human nature. Like humans,
Holy
first
shit.
thing is, woe is me.
Mm.
That's a human thing. Like everything is me. So now that society's whole focus is on the individual and how do you feel and how's this, people over exaggerate everything. Man. That's how I feel. It might be because
But how can you
experience
just
of dealing with it. But a crazy person will never come up to you and say I'm crazy.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? But on the outside, we look at them like that's a crazy ass person.
Oh, I have this and I have this and I.
No, if you really had it, you don't even know you have it. You don't even believe it's just
But
something that you react off of.
I have to challenge you on that one because they can just look it up.
But then there's also that thing where if you look at something and you're like, oh, maybe I do have this,
COVID.
and then all of a sudden you start giving yourself maladies or whatever, thinking, oh, I feel sick now. Oh, this is happening to me. Oh, this, and it's not happening to you. It's just like when a doctor gives you a placebo and you're like, oh, I'm cured now. No, it's all up here.
So you don't believe that she's actually depressed?
I don't know, man. Like, when did we hear Robin Williams say I was depressed?
I don't know. We don't have social media the way they
don't,
back
but
then. Like
when
it's very
it came
different.
to public, he
We
never
wouldn't know
wasn't
Naomi
stuff, man.
was depressed at all back in the day. We would not know at all. But because
No,
of
but she
social
says
media,
it publicly.
That's what I'm saying. But
But
we
she
didn't
would have
have
said
a
it
post.
publicly. She would have said it publicly the same way she's saying it publicly now.
I don't believe so. Like
If it's the Wimbledon and she's like, oh, I'm taking personal time.
They do it all the
Wimbledon
time.
people are gonna look at you and be like, no, you just won this shit. You have to go do it. Like you can't just leave.
there's no have to.
That's the whole thing. Like
There is no have to. It's not how
if
tennis
you signed
works.
up to be like, if I win, the winner does the interview.
Hey, you want me to go? I'm supposed to go. I'm telling you I don't want to do comments. Well,
Then don't come.
then I won't come.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm just saying, if she says that and they're like, no, we still want you to come, she has the power now. More power to her.
She's always had that kind of power though. They have no power over her, man. She's one of the top 5 players.
Oh, if that's the case,
So
that's
it's-
different then.
She can do whatever she wants. She can. You really gonna say no to me? Then I'm gonna go to some bush league and play, and then they're gonna fill up the stadiums with just me. Tennis doesn't let nobody go by.
If you're pregnant, you don't want to play. Cool. If you don't want to play because you're miserable, they're like, okay.
They don't force nobody. It's the journalists that are like, oh, you have to do this, have to do that.
The interviews are a part of
So you
the
don't
whole
think
event.
the physical and the mental are 50-50? Physically, if I get injured, I get to rest and everybody understands it. But if I get injured mentally, I still have to go to work?
Yeah. What do you mean go to work? If you get injured right there, they're gonna interview you.
No. If you get injured, not everybody's fucking Connor and wants to sit down and talk to you.
Give us your thoughts on how it was going. I was boxing the bleeding head off him, kicking the bleeding leg off him.
Your threshold pain, sir, is pretty incredible. Because I thought it was
Okay.
just a sprain, by the way.
Can we
It was
go?
broken.
No, it was broken. It's
I
not.
was like, holy shit.
He'll feel it later.
Right.
It's like when adrenaline hit him, he was like, fuck this shit. Ah.
Yeah, yeah.
Then later on, he's like, box side.
But for the cameras, man, he held it in, man.
Oh,
Holy
yeah.
shit. Most people are like in agony, you can't even talk.
There's a good shot to the body. Oh, nice.
Oh no! He hurt his leg, and it is all over. Anderson.
He broke his leg.
But to this young lady, man, I don't know. Because I come from the generation that it's okay to be sad. It doesn't have to last forever. So I've always internalized that it's okay to be sad. Because it's just accountability. You only feel that until you go, you know what? Nobody controls my life. I fucked up. And that's it. Then you get over it. And then you're cool. But this idea that I cannot take criticism. Like LeBron James is hated for, and literally, it's nothing that he actually said or did, but it was more or less what journalists have led him up to. Like after after year 10, he started just playing into it. Like fuck it, I'm the bad guy, whatever, man. But up to that point from you is what? You put it up
I think it was
16
like
years
Miami.
old?
He
You
was
were
on
like,
TV, like
they're like, he's the next Michael Jordan from 16 is what he's been dealing with, man. Naomi, I'm not trying to, we're ambitious. We think that you might watch this one day. But it's not a knock, man. Talk to LeBron, man. Hit him up. Ask him how he does it. Because he is the most hated athlete on the planet. Space Jams came out and people ripped it.
Yeah.
Did you watch the original Space Jams? It wasn't that good.
It wasn't great at all.
So I'm like, man, you guys are harsh.
I don't know. With Naomi, just like, to me, like, even when it comes to interviews, like, maybe she has to find out the minimum.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Still,
like,
if you feel anxiety, you feel anxiety.
Yeah, I know.
Like Bryson Tiller, he said he couldn't do it anymore. He was at the top of his game, like Bryson was that dude, and he was like, I cannot perform, man.
That was Summer Walker too. Summer Walker,
yeah.
She was having her whole tour, and she was just like, remember, she came to Toronto. She hung out with Drake, and she said, fuck my concert. I'm just hanging out with Drake. Fuck the rest.
But this is a new generation, right? They're all young. Naomi, Summer, Bryson. Do you think they're playing to the idea because it's like, oh, you feeling these symptoms? This is what it is. You're absolutely depressed. And they play into like, yeah, you're right. I am depressed.
I could say that, yeah.
You
I believe that. Like, they jump on the first thing. And it's like, oh, this has to be what I'm going through. And it's like, it might not be that deep, but to them, it's like, you gotta remember, like, teenagers, 20-year-olds, like, everything is super dramatic. If you're hurt, the world is dying to you. Like, and that's the whole thing, because most of the arguments nowadays is like, you can't be treating us teens and our young kids like this. Right. And it's like, come on, man, we're just pushing you. It's just, we like to call it motivation. They like to call it like pushing, like forcing us to do stuff. And it's just like, there's some things that you have to be forced to do. Like,
see, that's why when I heard she was dating, what's that rapper dude?
Is it NLE Choppa?
No, he's a nice one. He actually can rap. Corday?
Yeah.
I was like, man, she don't have a man that can be like,
This is childish. I want you out. I don't even know why you still here. Step. Step.
Cut that shit out, man. Be stronger than that. You're gonna get the, oh, babe, it's all right. You wanna? But yeah, so for the younger generation, the fuckery is that I believe, only me, I don't know what his take is, that you guys play to symptoms. Sort of like the whole COVID thing. As soon as you get a cough, you're running to the hospital instead of taking the same steps before COVID you would have took for the flu. Not to say they're the same, but they're very similar when it comes to symptoms. You get a cough, you say, damn it, let me get some cough syrup. If the cough syrup doesn't work, you go, damn it, I need to go get that NyQuil, DayQuil combination. Or in Canada, it's something that tastes disgusting, but they say it works. Buckley's.
So that's their whole tagline.
The shelves were filled. People are not taking these little steps. Like you said, the worst thing you can do when you're going through something is to Google it. You find a little bump on your leg, Google it. You're gonna think you're dying the next day. Like, oh, I got a cuff on my leg, man.
You're like, oh shit, it's cancer.
It's the newest STD.
Cancer.
If you're really sick, then own it. You know what I mean? Like, meaning when I say own it is that you really tried to fight it.
Yeah.
And you just couldn't. You felt in your bones, I can't, man. I can't. I really need help. Versus not even trying to help yourself.
Hiding is never the answer.
We have a lot of outlets. So big up Charlemagne the God and what he's pushing for with the whole mental health amongst black people, especially black men. But I think what's lost in his message is you got to try to help yourself first. That's being honest, though. That's where we struggle with mental health is we don't like to be honest when we're struggling. We don't like to reach out and say, hey, I need some help.
The fuckery final thought.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you for watching. And remember, don't stress. It's just fuckery, man.
How to treat a man. This is what I need.
I've been sipping and I'm leaning and I'm leaning and I'm sipping and I'm dancing and I'm tripping, getting down and I'm dipping, looking good while I'm dripping.